Boom, baby. Boom, baby. Boom, baby. We are live. Welcome to the greatest show on the entire planet Earth. Interview with a man. And I am your host with the most. My name is Jonathan from modernlifedating.com. We're on Interview with a Man, episode 243. And today we're going to do one of the most requested shows I've ever done before. We're going to talk about how alphas and betas are treated by women on a Twitch Infield segment. Bro, I'm telling you, today's episode is going to be lit Romney, guys. You're not going to want to miss out on this. I got to hydrate for this one because this shit is going to be legit. That being said, I will be joined hopefully by Mr. Rollo Tomassi. I think he told me he's setting his alarm and waking up, and he should be coming in. We'll see what the deal is, if he's coming in or not. But either way, the show must go on. Guys, don't forget, May 5th on 5/5. We keep your dating hopes alive. You're going to go to pandemicpickup.com and scroll down. Put your email address in right here. As you can see, Hot Dude from hotdude.com has already signed up. Hit the subscribe button because on May 5th, in 11 days, 10 hours and 48 minutes, we are going to have the ultimate online dating pickup course. It is a full video breakdown on how to have the maximum results on Tinder, Seeking Arrangement, Bumble, OkCupid, Badoo, and a special bonus on LinkedIn for all you corporate dogs out there. Go to pandemicpickup.com, put in your best email address right here, and you will be good to go. We are literally going to get in there with you on live webinars, and we're going to force you to create the best online dating profile that you can. You cannot escape. If you get into this course, we will force you to get results. If you've been swiping on Tinder, not getting matches, if you live in populated areas like New York, DC, SoCal, even North Cal, Atlanta, or anywhere in Texas, Florida, Washington State, and you're not getting matches, the problem is not Tinder. The problem is you and your account. But we can fix that. Go to pandemicpickup.com. Get on the waiting list. That shit's going to be lit. Let's see who's in the chat today. Did anybody see Invader V lose her mind? That was hilarious, bro. So, Twitch, as you guys know, women on Twitch, they are just used to getting men to bow down and worship them. I don't know if you guys know this, but recently there was a Twitch streamer who was shaming people into giving her money. Yes, you heard me correctly. She was literally shaming people, telling them that they need to give her money in the middle of a global financial crisis. The friggin' the clip went viral, and let me just give you a little peek of what she said. So this is Invader V. We reviewed her the other day. Chat decided, I give her, like I said, for me, boobs are a big thing, man. If a girl doesn't have boobs, like, for her to get past that 7 threshold, and that means she's got to have a rock solid body. If she doesn't have C cup boobs or bigger, with nipples that are no larger than half of the size of a piece of pepperoni, if they're pepperoni size, I mean, you're automatically a 6. That's me. That's my personal rating category, and I'm entitled to that. There's a certain level of bitchiness that men will tolerate when it comes to tolerating girls with bad behavior. Now, that being said, I don't think she's worthy of acting like this. Let's take a look at what she had to say. Okay, here we go. Let's make this full screen.
It doesn't really matter how much money you make or how much money you have. That's really the thing, because I'm not asking you for a large financial contribution. If it costs $20 to sub, $20 is quite a bit of money. $20 is, you can get a full meal for $20. And the difference of $20 and eating a meal is in that $20. Like, that's where it is. But a sub is $5. At maximum, in whatever your currency is, it's maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
That is fucking rich. A woman talking about financial irresponsibility. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I'm telling you, this is just one micro, how can I say, one micro symptom of the coronavirus financial depression that is going to flip the script on a lot of females, and they're going to start realizing men are valuable and they need us. BN Gillen says the entitlement is real here, SMH. Yep, very, very true. All these Twitch hawks will be hookers. Yes, yes, yes. Christopher Wilson says she's going to hit that wall hard. JD with the fucking legendary quote, the most passive-aggressive findom I've ever seen. Okay, so this clip went viral all over the internet. You know you've gone viral when World Star Hip Hop posts you, and she was posted on World Star Hip Hop. Yes, I know I spend a lot of time on World Star Hip Hop. I'm sorry. I just can't stop watching it. So that's just like the type of girl. And so, you know, she's trying to shame these guys into money. So the people responded. Guys responded. She got money. She went viral, right? That's like the typical beta male audience that girls like her cater to. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what if I shamed you guys? What if I was like, you are not an alpha male unless you donate $10 to me right now in Super Chat. If you don't donate $100 to me right now in Super Chat, you're a fucking beta male, you're a loser, your mom's a whore, whatever, right? I wouldn't have an audience. I wouldn't have anybody that would watch me or support me, right? But men are so desperate and pathetic in regards to sex and wanting sex, the average man at least, that they will respond to this type of bullying. And as you can see, clearly worked out for her. Later on another stream, let's go to this guy on Twitter. This guy is, I don't know who this guy is, but he seems to have a pretty interesting Twitter account. If you take a look at this guy right here, Gorilla General 1, I don't know who that is, but he's a pretty cool guy, I think. Definitely not me. But you can see here, she is fucking losing her mind now, and it is hilarious. Take a look at this.
Are sexy. Make sure that you do me good, guys, because I come in here every single day covered in glitter, covered in sequins, covered in booty shorts, covered in nylons, so that I do not violate the terms of service, so that each and every one of you can have both hands on the keyboard, so that you can enjoy the stream, so that you can have a good time listening to me, playing with me, singing with me, smiling with me, enjoying your life, which you do deserve to enjoy. Each and every moment of your life you enjoy, and each and every moment of your life is worthy. You guys, you can do it. You can be the best that you can be, and we can do it together. It's going to take effort. It's going to take patience. It's going to take a lot of work. But if we don't try, then what the fuck is stopping us from just throwing ourselves off a bridge and giving up and saying, yeah, the planet is dying, the government hates us, the animals are leaving, the aliens aren't contacting us, we might be alone, it just might be you and me, but that's okay, because do you really need anyone else?
Oh man, she's losing her fucking mind. You know, the real panic in her mind is she's 29. So the big dirty 30 is coming up. RIP sexuality. Sorry, but women in their 30s versus women in their 20s, that pussy is night and day. Literally. I like when you undress a girl that's like 21, 20, 19, like I see the hope of Christ when she's naked. I'm like, oh my God, this is a beautiful thing. When I am undressing a woman who's in her 30s, I'm like, yo, turn off the fucking lights and don't let my friends see that I'm doing this. Like, this is an abomination. I mean, I'm doing this as a means to an end here. Like, so, yeah, man. Nigerian Todd said she needs that Arabia treatment. Absolutely haram. Oh my God. It's just hilarious. John P says I'm strangely turned on by that. Yeah, that's being a man. It is what it is, right? So there was a show the other day that I happened to stumble upon, and it featured two girls. One was 22, one was 19. The name of the show is Suppy Colleen. And they had a dating show where they did some interviews where they were talking to an assortment of guys who, quite honestly, were like just cringeworthy beta. I was watching this. I always browse Twitch, and I've been thinking about making a comeback to Twitch. I don't know if anybody would watch, but I do like doing the Twitch talk shows. However, they are so fucking toxic that like just getting involved with that whole community kind of turns me off a little bit. It can be really, really toxic community. You have to build it up on your own. But I had followed these two chicks, and today we're going to review how they react to 3 of these guys that are extremely beta male. And then one guy who I think is an alpha male. You guys can be the judge. Peter Smith says, go back on the Wrestler. I would, but I'm banned from the show, man. I am banned because of my Instagram. Can you believe that? How pathetic are these people, bro? I am banned for an Instagram that is like not even against terms of service for Instagram, not against terms of service for Twitch. It's just hilarious. It is absolutely just fucking dumb. I went on that show. I was dominating. I was having a fucking great time. They loved me. I'm entertaining as fuck, man. I'm telling you, it's just only a matter of time before I get my breakthrough because I am entertaining. When I talk, I'm not trying to sound entitled either. Like, I'm building an audience. People are coming back, watching, buying into my community, learning from me on top of that. I'm entertaining and I'm educational. That's what you have to be these days. And honestly, I think that I'm doing a pretty good job. Just these people, they want to play like the whole, social justice warrior card, but that card doesn't work. Like, people are waking up. Like, you can't, you have to change your business model. And I've had some, contacts from inside of some of these big Silicon Valley communities. And quite honestly, there is a change coming without a doubt. I just want to check. I was just checking the feedback on my mic, make sure it's sounding nice and crisp. It's not distorting, is it? Let me know in the chat. So, going back to this, let's take a look at some of these males, shall I say, that were on this little mini dating show, and let's talk about it, shall we? And Rollo is going to be joining us soon, so sit tight. The godfather of the manosphere, non-self-proclaimed, will be joining us shortly. I wonder, should I go full screen or should I be on the side here commenting? What do you guys? You want full screen or do you want me on the side commenting? Let me know in the chat. I am your slave. What do you tell me what to do? I'll do it. I'll just keep an eye on that. So these are the two girls, and the one on the top here is she's 22. She works in a law firm in Las Vegas. She has fake tits. Clearly has highlighted hair. And everybody's like side, full, side, full. On the side commenting? Okay. Sounds like you guys want me on the side. Anything for you guys. Thank you so much. See, this is good content creation. Listening to the audience, giving them what they want. Not saying like, hey, you fucking beta males, if you haven't had sex in 1 year, you better donate to me $10 because you're entitled, or I'm entitled to your money. Or it's so dumb. I can't even like get the words out. I don't know, man. Unbelievable. RIP when she turns 30, bro. Viewership is going to go down. It's going to be like the fucking, like the economy's crashing. Like her SMV is going to go. And it's just, whew, every year gets worse, man. RIP. Thank God I'm a man. So let's take a look at what we got here. Let me take this off the screen. You are the Sonic of live streaming. Thank you. If you hit me, a bunch of rings will come out. Just don't hit me. All right. Can you guys hear the audio? Let's see. Check it out. Okay. So we first got this one guy coming up here. And honestly, I will just let you guys be the judge. And let's just watch this together as a big, hot dude family. Shall we?
I guess.
So
listen. I'm completely transparent from now on. All right. Transparent.
Would you let Caitlin peg you?
Oh, hold on.
I'm a go-getter. You feel me?
Deep throat, the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna lie from my car.
Oh, okay.
Yep,
Sorry.
there's one. There's one.
I'm gonna lie from my car. What's good, dog?
Hello.
Here we go.
Yo, who the fuck invited that boomer, bro? Get that boomer out of here, dog.
He's only
He's a pedophile.
He's only 26.
He's a child. He looks like he's 40. That's a child predator, bro.
Hey, chill
It's
down.
because he's white, okay?
I'm a chill on the boy.
They're genetics.
Hey.
Genetics.
Hey, none
Coming
of
live
that.
from my car. What's good, dog? I just got off work, so.
So honestly, I really like this chick on the bottom. I'm a big fan of girls like her. She's skinny, she's young, she's really feminine. Obviously, the girl on top is hotter. She's older too. She's 22. She lives in Las Vegas, so like, hello, red flag. This girl down here lives in Houston. This is her channel. Her channel's pretty legit. She has like 46,000 followers on Twitch. And, you know, thirst trapping is huge on Twitch. So obviously, look how pretty they are. Like, they dressed up, they put on makeup, everything for the Twitch audience. And Micah says, looks like 32. Rip. RIP, bro. They are having a dating show, and they're interviewing guys saying, like, if you date her, what would you do? If you date her, what would you do? So this guy comes on, and, oh, there we go. Rollo, welcome, my friend. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Wait.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
I was wanting to do that for myself on your show rather than the other way around.
You're gravy, baby. I appreciate that. So just so you know, I'm gonna catch you up. We're reviewing this stream here.
I got a little bit of it, but go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the first of 3 or 4 guys we're gonna review, and I want you to just watch with me. These are 2 girls. The one on the top, she's 22. She's a paralegal. She's in Las Vegas. The one on the bottom is 19. She's a nursing student. She's in Houston. The host of the show is the one on the bottom. The one on top is clearly prettier, obviously, and you know, just like more flashy.
You said the one on the top is a paralegal?
She's studying to be a paralegal in Las Vegas.
It's okay, because it's kind of a girl's position, you know. But.
Yeah, like DDJ. So let's take a look at the first guy they're interviewing, and this is hella cringe.
Okay,
that shit was awkward as fuck. That shit was awkward as fuck, and I don't even know why I answered. I was like in the middle with like a customer. I was like dealing with a fucking customer, and it was buying cigarettes and shit. But
I don't know why you answered either.
All right.
Yeah, that's
serious
one of my
question?
father's many gas stations. Anyways,
Does he really own that many gas stations?
he was like 8
I need receipt.
receipts. I mean, that's like a fucking pretty big receipt.
Wait,
I don't know
eating
if
a
they can
banana with all the gloves that you touched? With all the
No, I
stuff?
didn't. I haven't touched the actual banana part.
Oh, you don't really touch. Wait, I want to deep throat the whole thing.
What do you think I got the banana for? Come on now.
No,
fuck, yo,
Jesus Christ. So right off the bat, I mean, Rollo, what the fuck, right? I mean, just pure cringe. Automatically, what I see is like supplication, beta, clown game, kind of like what Rush V did back in the day. Now, this guy's gonna come to Christ in his 40s and have videos of him in the mountains and everything.
First thing you can tell is the guy is very insecure. Okay, how old do you think the guy is?
I think he says it in the video. I think he's like, I think anywhere between 22 to 27.
All right, he's okay. So first things first, you have to sort of give the guy. This is like human being. Like, cause think about how old all of the people in this are. Like the oldest one is 22. How old is the girl on the bottom there? She's about
19.
19. So she's about the same age as this guy. So what I want you guys to look at first here is that every person in this video is operating under what we call the adolescent social skill set. So what that means is particularly the young one, the girl who's in 19, she still talks as if she is in high school. He still talks as if he's in high school. The 22-year-old, maybe she's a little bit more mature because I think on some level of consciousness, the girl in Vegas, I guess, she's got like, what am I doing here? But she's enjoying herself because women rarely like mentally mature past this age, and I mean that in the nicest possible way, because this is a theory. Okay, this is not something I came up with, but this is actually a psychological theory, is that women don't mature past like they don't mature. There's like different phases of maturity. Like there's different like gradations of it, I guess. Like if you get to like a certain point in your life where you're like a fully fleshed out adult using healthy emotions, healthy reason, healthy, stuff like that. It's like, it's said to be like at like you're at a level 6 or something. Like if you're a kid, if you're a child, that's like level 1, right? Whereas if you're a fully fleshed adult who has a healthy, psychological profile, I guess, you get 6. So the theory is that women don't get past the 5 stage, and only men get to the 6 stage. And of course, the first thing anybody ever says is, "Oh, well, that's very horribly misogynistic and everything." But I mean, from a rational perspective, it's kind of true. Only men and like special women get to that phase. And the reason why I think this has at least some kind of validity to it is because if you look at these girls here, a lot of women don't leave this phase. If they go on to college, even when they go on to college, it's still whether it's like Western society or whatever else, it encourages them to stay in the adolescent social skill set. So it's always, oh, me and my girlfriends are going to go out. Even when girls, like you can tell a girl who has stuck around or hung around too long in this skill set, or the adolescent phase, when you see one who's like 32 years old and she still talks as if like she's like the girl who's 22 or the girl who's 19. So that's number one. The number 2 is the guy is very nervous because he feels outnumbered, and a lot of particularly beta guys really hate this. They hate to feel outnumbered because that's what girls do. Girls have been against adolescent social skill set. This is what girls will do when they are children, and when they get into like sub-adult and they become like young women, they will go out with their girlfriends because they know that they go out in packs, because and this is from an evolutionary perspective, like women will form what are called peer clutches. And do these two girls know each other already? I don't know if that.
They're little pals. They have
okay,
they're
little pals. So really, if you look at the 22-year-old and let's just presume she's like 19, there's still a 4-year difference between those two, and that's actually like a pretty big difference for girls. But if the 22-year-old really and it seems like she is, if she really likes the interaction or like the reward that she gets from hanging out with the 19-year-old, then that's going to form like she's going to be like a big sister, little sister kind of thing.
And the little 19-year-old,
even if they don't know each other, that will happen.
And the 19-year-old, she knows the 22-year-old outranks her in hotness. And in America, in Asia, the girls flex on each other with their youth. Like if the girl's like, oh well, she's 23, I'm 19, and you know, guys like, well, fuck yeah, I'm gonna go with you because you're 19, right? Because that's just like how genetics work. So just how you know the show works, okay? If you pay, if the audience, there's about 1,000 live viewers watching this, 1.4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's $20 is a donation, to end the interview, $15 to be interviewed next, and then $35 to be interviewed next, and you can't be skipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the structure. So
Who's
let's
making money off of this? Who is
the one at the bottom.
Oh.
Yep. It's tied up to her PayPal. So let's continue to watch this guy because let's just watch. You'll see.
Yeah, yo, gag reflex, but I feel bad for bitches now. Shit, that shit sucks.
You called them the
fuck.
B word.
Hell yeah, I did. Listen, I already came out with it. I already said last stream, you know, I do it, so fuck it. You know, there's no point in capping. Fuck the cap.
Lame.
But you know, hey, listen, I'm here for Caitlyn, all right? I'm here for Caitlyn. I'm here for
Are you
her.
actually interested
I'm
in
here
me?
for her personality. You dig?
Wait, you did you
Yeah,
Caitlin, you only
personality.
ate 2 inches of a banana. That's the future,
What?
man.
You see her touch her boob when she said
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah. I'm not what he's referring to. Okay, so first off, the guy, I can tell he's insecure.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what to say. He's like struggling for words, obviously. Okay, remember he's also operating from an adolescent social skill set because he's simply not old enough to have learned any kind of game or any kind doesn't understand women's nature. And so what he does is he's trying to identify with them.
Yes.
And this is very common amongst blue pill beta guys and younger guys too. Now, before anybody like thinks I'm going, oh, you're shaming this guy because he doesn't know what he's doing. Well, I'm not shaming. I'm just breaking down the behavior,
Dynamic.
dynamic right here. So you learn from this guy's mistakes is what I'm saying. But,
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, watch what he does next. It gets way more cringe.
2 inches. That was, bro. This is at least the size of. Never mind.
You ate one
Okay.
sixth of the banana.
Hey, all I'm saying is I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". Stand on my dick. I'm 6 foot.
Okay.
You know what that means?
So right there, he breaks one of the iron rules of Tomassi, which is never self-deprecate. He says, "I'm 5'10" and I'm 6 foot tall when I stand on my dick."
Right.
They laugh at him. These girls clearly, you know, this is like what you say. These girls can clearly see that this guy doesn't get it. Like
Yeah.
he just doesn't get it. He
he's the
doesn't
clown
understand
now.
the game.
He's there for their entertainment at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because he went in there and even whatever chance he might have had to in any way, I don't know how you would even consolidate on like meeting one of these chicks and actually going out and actually later on banging them, because this is really what this is a buffer, because the guy is sitting behind a screen trying to talk to these two girls and they're just basically clowning him right now. And he's happy that once his subconscious realizes he's now the clown, what he thinks is, if I make these girls laugh, then they'll love me. Then I'll be able to endear myself to her because I have just made a fool of my life. I can laugh at myself. See, everything that guy like, and this is straight up out of the beta blue pill handbook here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I wrote that, Iron Rollo Tomassi number 9, actually, it's the last one. It's called the essay is called "Sorry," and it is never self-deprecate under pain and penalty of death.
Yeah.
Because that's where this guy is headed right now. Because what happens is once you've been established as the clown, you will never be established. You will never reestablish yourself as the alpha male, which I think you did later on in the show, but. So what happens is this is common beta male behavior, is that they believe that if they identify with the girl, if they make the girl laugh, if they, what's the easiest, cheapest way to make a girl laugh?
Yeah.
Make yourself an idiot. Make yourself look like the fool, right? I'm so cool, I can laugh at myself, yada yada. And then the other problem is of course, and this is the creepy part, that most, like, if my daughter was watching this, she would think that he is because my daughter is 22, right? So she would look at this and she would go, "This guy's a creep."
Yeah.
And why? Because the dude is like, he escalates it to like a sexual vibe, like immediately with what? With putting a banana in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh wait.
Wow.
Watch this. Watch this. You're gonna love this.
Never mind. Okay. Is this better? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go get her. You feel me? Hold up.
Oh my God. Here we go.
Fucking hell. What am I doing? Why am I doing this for
All right,
stream, bro?
anyways.
Hey, shout out to the Discord boys. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Anyway, do you actually want to date me? Are you interested in
not?
me?
Wow.
I would never do that in my entire fucking life. Never would I sit there and deep throat something to get a girl. I would rather like be sexless for 6 months than do that shit.
Right.
That's just
And here's the kicker, John, is that this is
welcome, Donovan.
Welcome, Donovan. This is on the internet forever.
Yeah.
So
forever.
So like when his grandkids go, "Hey, Daddy, what was this with the banana and these two girls when you were 19, 20 years old?"
So let's watch this. Now they just to begin to toy with him. You'll see this, and we got two other guys I want to talk about here.
Sure.
Of course, I've explained this before. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to come off her calling you whatever last time. It was cap. Like, listen, I know I did some terrible things, in the past. However, there's always room for the future. There's always room.
Wow, this dude is like the king of
I
self-deprecation.
So
And listen,
Boot.
I'm completely transparent from now on.
all right.
Transparent.
Would you like
From now on, huh?
So here he goes, and now they start asking him really embarrassing questions. So look what she says to him. Let me pull it back a little bit right there.
I'm completely transparent from
Listen
now
what the
on.
one on the bottom
Transparent.
says.
Would you let Caitlin peg you?
Depends how drunk I am.
Oh God.
Would you let Caitlin peg you? Girls do not gain any sort of sexual satisfaction from pegging a man, but they definitely get emotional satisfaction from getting the man to humiliating himself with that kind of fucking treatment.
Even just them asking that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're goofing on him again. This is adolescent social skill set. They're goofing on him at this point. And the reason they're goofing on him is there a chat that's going on in the background that they're watching at the same?
Yeah, I can pull it up right now. You want to see it? Let's see what it said.
Yeah, I would.
So you could see some of the champs here. Yeah, gay, weird champ. What's wrong with him? This. Let's see. This guy sucks. I'm gay. Boo. See you next Tuesday. Disgusting. He belongs to the streets. Next, this weirdo. Yes, sir. Unoriginal trash. You about to die. Please don't. I mean, listen, if you think YouTube comments are toxic, like Twitch takes it to a whole new level. I think he gets yeeted right here. Let me see.
Yes.
Actually, hey, listen, I'm a reformed alcoholic. Chill out, all right? Reformed.
So he does say some pretty interesting
you don't
stuff.
drink at all anymore?
I haven't drank since like February.
Oh
Been a
wow.
while.
That's
And I got and I'm a Muslim as well, so like Ramadan's coming up, so like I fast and shit. So I
You're
got
Muslim?
Oh my God, you need Abu American.
Abu American's gonna beat this kid's ass. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next contestant. So I want to play the small clip before he comes on because you can see this alludes to his behavior. So that guy gets voted off, and they bring on this guy next here.
But he's not allowed in here. Hello.
So this guy has
What's
mic
up?
issues, right?
Hey, this is like evil.
And then
It's his
We
hair.
can't hear
huh?
you.
Is that why you think he's edgy?
let me see.
Yeah, his hair's like blue. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
I can't hear you.
Bye,
He's a
potato.
K-pop star.
What your Discord name
Okay,
is?
so this guy.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not in-
So this guy named P donated $35, right? That's for this guy to be next, and he's going to be the next contestant on the show. So this guy paid $35 to come talk to these girls. And he's a guy out in Louisiana, and you could see him right here.
All right.
For tonight or forever? I'm looking for my forever love.
Look, we gotta see how this goes. Like, I can't commit. It's a lot right now.
You can't commit.
No, with all this quarantine going on, like it got, we just gotta see where it goes.
I see.
I guess. What is your type?
My type. Honestly, if you have good toes, that's good enough.
That word is, we don't see that word on the stream. That's TOS.
Well, let's
Toes
say
of
Caitlyn
service.
has like little nubs. Are you okay with that?
Look,
She
that's fine.
thick
See, look,
nubs.
like, that's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Do you like to suck on toes?
Look, if it comes down to it, we could do that.
You want to do that, or you think I want to do that?
I don't know. It's based on you. Do you
No, I said I hate feet.
Okay, well, would you?
You know what?
Would you want her to suck your toes?
Hell, nobody ever asked me that. Shit. Fuck it, why not?
Sorry, I
Yeah, you notice how the vibe. You notice how the vibe all automatically goes to clowning these guys.
Yes.
Like automatically goes to clowning these guys because that's really. I mean, you want to know why like streams like this become popular because of that. Okay, let me ask you this: amongst like, let's just say, what do you think the demographic of viewership is for something like this? And this is entertainment, right? I mean, this is Twitch. Like, who do you think watches this?
I would say men, majority men, ages 18 to 28. I would say that's the large majority.
I would say this. I would say like girls like this too, because it sort of puts obviously it puts the two girls in control because they're the ones that get to well, first of all, they get to clown on the one guy. They're already it's already 2-on-1 and you're already seeing this sort of peer clutch dynamic between the two of them, which they're already friends anyway. So, but like I would say that this is more of a chick thing. I think guys watch this because they think they have a chance, like all these dudes who get in there, and that's kind of like that's the indignation part of this. Like this is where guys come in and they try that they take their shot, they get shot down, and women like that. And why? Because that plays to, first of all, it plays to the indignation side of things, but it also plays to the hypergamous filter. Hypergamous filter is a woman's existential fear is to get with a guy who she thought was alpha.
Yep.
And then the guy actually turns out to be beta. And she's already committed to this guy, or she made a grave mistake, right? Like maybe she has his baby. And I thought you were alpha, you're actually beta. That's like of all the kinds and types of indignation that a woman can feel, that's like the most intense. That's what gives them the most adrenaline spike. It basically makes them crazy. So if you look at all of the media that is catered just to women, like if you look at like soap operas, if you look at like romantic comedies, if you look at like daytime talk television, like the Tyra Banks show is a really good, old school, but a really good one. Or It's Not Your Baby, or It Is Your Baby, those kinds of things. All of those play on that same existential fear, which is I got with a guy who I thought was alpha, but he's actually a beta, and now I'm screwed. Now it's and really from a lizard brain, hindbrain sort of thing for women, it is the worst feeling in the world. And so the best feeling in the world is having avoided that. And this is what's going on in this kind of a situation. And if you go and you look at like Love Island and you look at The Bachelor and you look at really The Bachelor, we want to know why that's such a popular show for women is because it plays on that existential fear. Which one of these guys is sending me honest cues? Which one of these guys is the alpha? Which one of these guys is the chump beta? And so what these girls are doing is really kind of tapping into that evolved kind of like lizard brain dynamic. And so every guy that comes on here tries to, but I'm thinking about this from a basic level, even the guy before who was with the banana and everything, he did the same thing. He tries to pass himself off as an alpha, as I'd really like to date you. Even that's the first thing this guy says. I really want to get with you. I'm only here for the hot girl with the big boobs and the 22-year-old in Vegas, right? Which, by the way, I should say that in Vegas terms, she would be average.
Yeah.
For most girls in Vegas. But so what happens is these two girls get together, and that's another part of the dynamic is they have to sort of confer with each other, because if you can get under the skin of one of these girls, now let's just say this is only two girls, right? If you were there with like say 4 girls, this is basic mystery method game. when you open a set, you have to ingratiate yourself into seriously, she's average for Vegas. I know because I picked the girls out for promos down there. So what happens, like I said, the reason why this is popular amongst girls and the reason why these girls are probably doing this in the first place is because it triggers it triggers that the hormone rush that they get from determining whether a guy is worth their while if he's sending honest cues. Now, every guy that's come on here so far, and probably the rest of them as well, they almost instantaneously send cues or sub communications that says I'm a beta. Every last one of these guys up to this point. And so they get on there, and so once they've sort of psychologically determined that he's a beta, they clown on him because he's trying to get in there, but they're like their brains, their hindbrains, their subconscious is saying, no. Here, throw it at me again. I know you're actually a beta, but you're not fooling me. You didn't get past my filter. And once that happens, then they can goof with each other.
Watch this. They get more savage. It's like, as they like you just said, once they pick up on the fact, man, you fucking slammed that coffee back. You're ready to go.
Oh, yeah. I need to get some more.
I love it. Wait till you see this shit. They go savage on this guy. And you could see here the beta male red flags. A, paid to get on the show. B, not overweight, definitely obese. C, has glasses on. D, acts like a complete dork, like just a complete nervous clown, right? Straight up clown game.
Classic beta. Yeah.
So let's watch the abuse intensify.
Well, all right.
Look, you have to be open to things in life.
Of course, but I don't think that's one of them.
Feet are on the bottom of your body for a reason. You don't go over there.
True.
I'll just.
And here, just a random side note, just so you know, throughout the episode, if you see, this is her bed. You can see throughout the episode somebody's moving around in her bed throughout the entire episode, and 100% it's a dude.
Oh yeah.
He's not. All right.
She's managed. Yeah.
Would you let me peg you?
Wait, what?
Would you let me peg you?
You know what?
If I thought
nobody knows, we could do it.
So you rather someone else peg you, but if they don't want to, then you're gonna go to me?
No, I did not say that. I said if nobody knows.
Oh, nobody knows. I see. All right.
Yeah, and now everybody knows.
Don't eat tomorrow.
I'm not ready.
So you can see. So she starts asking beta male questions. Watch, you'll see. Like she starts asking beta male tester questions.
All right. Besides my toes and pegging ability, what do you like about me?
I like your collarbone. You got a nice collarbone.
Nice collarbone.
I had those.
I mean, you have nice eyes too, but then you have nice collarbones.
Did you know Caitlin's cross-eyed?
I am not cross-eyed.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That's all right. I mean,
she is the
She'll be looking at multiple toes at once. Are you okay with that?
And this is like subtle female rivalry, like on the low, because girls, they kind of compete with each other. She knows that the girl on top is prettier as well. This girl on the bottom, she knows this girl too. Wait, this girl outs herself. I'll just let it play. Listen, you're gonna hear all of the fucking symptoms of thottery.
Look, I have no competition. I'm all right.
How many girlfriends have you had?
I gotta think about this.
Too many to count?
Serious ones, like one. I seriously consider just one.
All right, cool.
All right, what's your body count?
You can guess that.
2.
Clowning this idiot, straight up clowning him. What's your body count? 2. Yeah, again, so Christopher Wilson says, what's the point of the show? Why are they paying? It's a dating show where, I mean, obviously it's like not a real dating show. They're doing it for entertainment value, but they're saying like, they're basically looking for guys that like are interested in them, and they're doing it for entertainment. But the guys, they take it seriously too. They simp out pretty hard. Let's continue here.
So 0.
So 0.
Around there is right. What would you guess? 4 or 5?
4 or 5.
Are there Asians in New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay, so somebody just paid $20 to throw him off, but
Okay.
he paid $35,
So
he can't be. So they keep the money anyways.
You can't do
There's,
that.
well, there's a huge Vietnamese community, so like there's actually a good amount of Asians over here.
Oh, I didn't know. Monty, you can't do that. Sorry, someone tried to eat you, but you had immunity.
Monty, you want to come on
like,
though? You can come on.
I mean, like,
She's already bored, so
I
she's
don't
inviting
know
him
why
on.
they hate me for hating. Like they could just pay to get on here themselves.
I think they're jealous.
I know, like a bunch of broke boys. Oh my god.
You gone broke? Oh.
Ah!
A bunch of broke boys. Man, a bunch of broke boys. Hold up, never mind. I can't.
Wait, no flex. Are you trying to flex?
Monty, this is for dating
Nah, I'm
show
not
though.
gonna
You want to
flex.
come?
No, I like boys that flex. Show off.
Hold up. Let me put on my typical Asian F boy. Hold up.
I'm scared. Oh wait, I don't know. Maybe you're.
Nah,
scared.
You flex his
It's
PP
just
or
a
what?
chain. Relax, relax.
Oh wow.
Puts on a gold chain.
Hold up. Never mind. We can't do it to them.
All right.
Yeah,
Wait, what is it? I
hold on,
wanna
hold stop it for a second.
Uh-huh.
Like, remember how like dumbfounded I was when I went into your first body language mastery? I go, well, dude, like, who needs this kind of stuff? Like, who needs to like learn this kind of basic shit? It's like,
yeah,
a lot of guys, need to need to learn game. Yeah.
Josh, he's in Louisiana, so in New Orleans, and he is an engineer, so you possibly do know him.
Well, it's let me tell you what's funny, and this is just sort of an aside, is what gets me is like whenever we go sort of head to head with guys who are like incels, or guys like this guy's not an incel. I mean, he's out there he's trying to push the game and he's getting clowned. But this is like if an incel or MGTOW's watching this, they would like be completely disgusted. Well, as anybody would, disgusted with these guys. But they'd be like, see, this is the reason why you just need to go MGTOW, and you just need to, cut yourself out of the game or something like that. And this, like these last two guys, and I'm sure like the other guys that come after this, they lack fundamental game. Like this is like social skill set 101 that they never got. And so the answer of like some of these guys is like just don't even bother. Why you're paying these thoughts? They're only doing this because you're paying them, and if you weren't paying them, they wouldn't do. No, first of all, there's probably a line of dudes right now,
yeah,
waiting to get on to be clowned by these girls.
Yeah, it was about 25 in the line.
Game. It's like understanding basic it's not even game. It's like having like social intelligence. And none of these guys, and granted, most of these guys are young, so nobody taught them this, and they're still figuring it out. This is education for them. This is these guys trying to figure things out.
Absolutely. Let's continue with the clip here.
What watch is that?
What is it?
It's just a chain.
Another chain?
Fake gold chain.
I see.
What do you do for a living?
There we go. So she right there, straight to the beta bucks question.
I got
I'm an engineer.
You're an engineer?
Really?
Yeah, I'm an engineer.
Wow. Teen loves STEM majors.
I like. Very interesting.
Dang,
All right, if we got married, would you make me work?
Yes.
Yeah. Right on the pole, baby.
Well,
just like you are now.
Yeah.
It's whatever you're comfortable with.
Would you let me like stay at home as a wife, and you pay for everything?
I mean, as long as you take care of the kids, and if I have enough money for that.
Wait, would you sign a prenup?
Or would you make me sign a prenup?
I don't know. I have to talk. I have to talk to my lawyer about that. I gotta get that figured out.
Your lawyer's gonna recommend yes.
I think that's an extremely telling moment in our times right now, where the girls are asking about prenups at this age, and the guys are well aware as well. The banana eating guy too. I skipped past it, but he also told them like 100%, I'm signing a prenup. Like, I'm not letting you take all my stuff. So that's like the little hope, even in these pathetic dudes. There is a little morsel of hope. I know some prenups can be thrown out in court, whatever, but I think that the awareness alone of the danger of marriage in regards to a legal manner, I think that's good that these kids know that.
Yeah, I was going to say is, and I've learned this from experience. I have had like guys, I've had kids, like boys as young as like 10 and 12 years old who are like asking me some really mature ass questions like I would expect from like maybe a 20-year-old. Like, or they have literally they have one-itis at 12 years old. They're like, oh, she's my girlfriend, I can't live without her, because they've for whatever reason in their 12 years on planet Earth, they've picked that up. And like the other thing about girls, in particular, girls mature faster than boys do.
Yes.
But boys mature further than women do later on when they like, you know, the joke, men don't become men till they're 30. They mature further than women do, but women mature faster. That's like women burn hot and bright and men burn sort of low and long kind of thing. If you make the best or make the most of your potential kind of thing. I'm not trying to get all woo woo guru on you here, but what happens is the reason why these girls know that is because in the digital age, in the new order digital age that we're in, that they understand that stuff. They picked that up like a long time ago for whatever reason. And think about it this way: are you looking at how old do you think that guy is in this?
I think he says he's like 24 or 26.
24.
He's an engineer, so he probably has at least a 4-year degree.
Yeah.
So
again, adolescent social skill set. So he still interrelates with these girls as if he's like a fresh or a junior in high school.
Yeah. Let this, trust me, this gets better. Take a look here.
All right. Well, let's see. Okay.
Oh, how tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Stand up. I don't believe.
6'1". Do you believe in Rollo?
No.
Bro, you're not gonna see me phone life size. I'm definitely 6'1". I can show you my ID.
His bot. Well, I don't know.
But
Maybe
you write your height on your ID yourself.
No, I did not write my height on my ID. They definitely measure me.
They do not measure at the DMV.
Dude, I have been to Vietnam. Like the tallest dudes are like 5'8".
Is he Vietnamese?
Yeah, he's Vietnamese. I could tell. He's either Vietnamese or Filipino, but I think because they mentioned something about a Vietnamese community in Louisiana. But even if he's Filipino, I mean, Philippines is like the land of 5'6", 5'5".
He has Filipino mannerisms. One of my best friends is Filipino.
Okay. Let's continue on here. He does a little begging, but you'll see something.
They definitely do measure you at the DMV. I'm definitely 6'1".
I want to see. I'm a visual person. I need to see.
How am I going to show you this?
I can tell just by standing up.
Honestly, he looks
So
great.
they're doing little things to control him. Stand up for me. Do this for me.
Dance
monkey. Yes, exactly.
Hold on. No.
Laughing at him. The chat is clowning this guy too.
I guess.
I can show you an Instagram picture that's good enough.
Look at Simp.
That's cool.
All right.
Anyways,
I trust you.
where would you take Caitlyn out on the first date?
King Simp. This is great.
Where about I take her out on the first date? That's a tough question, honestly. Like, there's so many. Okay, depends what city we're in.
Let's say we're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans. I mean, I take you to typical. Take you out to like kind of like a New Orleans cuisine down here, and then just take you for beignets after.
Ooh.
I like.
Delicious.
Immediately.
And then probably French.
First date. I want to take you out for dinner, and then beignets. Yep, straight up. Foodie call. Foodie call. She's happy because she knows that this dude, she can play this dude for free food, text other guys in the meantime, eat her good meal, and then go get piped down by some Chad later.
Porter, just so I walk around chill.
Cool.
Just typical. Just a typical
What
New
would you
Orleans day.
buy me for our first year anniversary?
First year anniversary.
A
Well,
pea hat.
no, I would not buy you that.
Skittles.
Yeah.
It also depends, like
Right
what
here.
you like if you like shoes, if you like clothes. Maybe buy you some expensive shoes. I don't know. It just varies, but maybe something more like not really like I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard. Now you got me thinking about that. I didn't think that far.
Interesting.
You did-
I like.
You like.
You didn't think that
I
far.
do.
Watch this.
People are saying your chain is fake. How do you feel about that?
I mean, they're the ones in the chat, so I'm not really worried about them.
Okay, I like that mindset. I like
She's
that.
holding those
mean-
those headphones, and it's like she just want to mess up her hair. So she's
Yeah.
There are a bunch of people watching us talk and comment in the chat. Like, I'm really not worried about them.
Okay.
I like this.
I like that too. There you go. There you
All right.
go.
What car do you drive?
What car I drive? I drive a Kia Soul, honestly.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
It's
Wait.
simple. It's just like,
P.
you know, yes.
Can you thank
I thought he was
Noelle
gonna
for
say
the
an
5
Accord.
subs?
Here we go. So now she says to him, "Can you thank Noelle for the 5 gifted subs?" Which is like they paid her $25 for a month, and she gets 50% of it. And she's like, "I want you to start thanking the people for signing up and giving
for
me
her.
money."
Oh,
Yeah.
dance monkey.
Crazy energy.
Yeah.
No L.
Yeah, Noelle.
Shout out Noelle. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you. You're a good fan. I'll get back to you after this interview.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Noelle. I appreciate that. All right. So listen. Would you eat
You got 1
Caitlin's
minute
ass
left.
on the first date?
Of course. What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What
Anyone that
cream on
answered just
top?
that question, I want to throw up a little.
All right. Let's say we were dating and broke up, and Colin was interested in you. Would you go after her?
Mm.
Be honest.
No.
Nah.
No.
wait, come, it's coming.
You're smiling. Why are you smiling?
Because I wouldn't.
Remember, Caitlin, at the
Well,
beginning of
I
the
can't-
interview,
I
he
can't
said
smile.
that he was just feeling you for today or something like
Yeah,
that.
I remember that. You said I was for tonight.
So he said that he was feeling her for today, for tonight, and she lets something slip out here. Listen up.
Damn, y'all remember everything.
Only 5 minutes ago.
I know, that's crazy. But nah, I wouldn't. That's just messed up.
You know what's
You're
funny?
looking away because you're lying.
Do you think this guy? Do you think this guy thinks he actually has a chance with these girls?
Yeah, he paid money to get on the show for sure. He doesn't have any social media presence. He doesn't have any business to advertise. Either he's just a complete dork. I mean, look at him. No offense, but this guy's not in the gym. He's really not working to make himself a better person. I mean, because if he was, he wouldn't look like the way he is. Just like straight up facts. Sorry, but I think to an extent. But I think it's coming up here. They're about to yeet his ass. But here, let me just listen.
I'm looking at the chat because it's actually funny. I'm sorry.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, last
No,
question.
I
His
really-
time is
I really
up.
wouldn't. I mean,
Never
I think
seen, I'm
so. then
sorry.
I just have to change your mind. I don't know.
Well, PP,
All right, last.
how? What is your PP size, PP?
Look, like there's a lot of black girls in New Orleans, and all of a sudden I'm black below the waist.
Really?
I mean, I'm
Mega
not gonna lie
cringe.
to you. I haven't lied yet.
I didn't understand.
That means you know what I'm saying, Caitlin? What do you mean you don't understand?
But I didn't hear.
All right, sorry. Can you repeat what you said?
Look,
You know what's interesting? Oh, hold on for a second. Stop.
Yeah.
What's interesting is like there's so many opportunities here. Like if you had good game, there's a lot of opportunities here to like flip the script on all these. And he failed. Like they're basically shit testing him. This whole thing is really one big giant shit test.
Yeah,
And
he's incrementally failing them, and they're getting less and less interested.
the kid before failed miserably too, and that's like I was saying before. It's the evolved side of this thing is that they're shit testing, and that's the basis of a shit test is the filtering to see if the guy is alpha. If he's not, like, does he know how to play the game? I'm working on you probably know the essay already. It's called Just Get It.
Mhm.
It's in my first book as well. I'm working on doing a video about Just Get It. This is a real good example of a guy who doesn't just get it, but this is also a good example of girls trying to see if the guy just gets it. That's really what a shit test is. This whole show is just basically one big shit test, and these guys fail and dance like monkeys. That's why it's entertaining.
Here we go. I'm trying to catch that. I forgot where it was. I think it's here.
So I heard that. So there's a lot of black girls in New Orleans. I was telling them I'm black below the waist.
Do you
I don't
believe?
believe.
I don't believe. I don't believe it either. Wait. So what Asian are you?
I'm
That-
Vietnamese.
Vietnamese.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh.
But he
Damn,
is
that's
fun.
crazy.
He is tall for a Vietnamese, you know?
Hey, does not matter. Does not matter. Anyways.
Immediately, like, straight up clowning him on the sides of his penis. Like, no, we think you have a small dick.
Hold on. There's guys in the chat that say prove it. See, look, this is the type of.
All right. Anyways,
Don't prove it. I believe
nobody wants to see. All right.
Look, I'm not proving anything. That's crazy.
What Asian are these
Okay.
girls?
Well,
I think she's Vietnamese, and I think she's. I can go to her. I don't know. I think. I just don't know.
She's
Maybe Korean.
She
She
Japanese?
looks Korean.
Korean, maybe Korean.
Yeah.
thank you for coming on, but the interview time is done. It's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, I really like you though. I'll probably see you on my real show if you're still feeling me that night.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Bye, P.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Bye, P.
All right, here it is. I think
I
it's.
liked him.
I liked it. He was funny. I like people that can make me laugh.
I do too. Humor is very important. Ooh, $50. Call me savage. Thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. That's some big money.
Subs and the dono.
Yes.
Yeah, this guy Noel over the course of the show donates like over $200 to them.
Jesus.
Thank you, Noah.
Ryder Noah's heart is only for Colleen.
Huh?
So the girl on the top here, obviously she's had work done on her boobs.
Yeah.
Okay. So at 22, like figures she probably got her boobs done right around 20 to 21. So
Yeah.
she definitely has somebody behind her. There's no way that this girl is just getting, I mean, yeah, maybe she's a stripper or whatever, but that she probably had, like you're saying, there's probably somebody that's managing her.
Yeah.
So there are telltale signs. I think that when this is what
you want to hear something, you're gonna love this. She too is selling her bathwater.
Oh yeah. We're gonna ask, yeah, wow, gee, that's an original thought, right?
Oh my God.
But so when you want a good class, here, I'm gonna give you $1 million, John.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you do body language mastery and all that other stuff. And guys need that. What a lot of guys need, obviously, even this is your target demographic. These guys right here are the guys that you need to say, hey, look, I want to help these guys out, right? So if you could teach these guys how to read women and how to understand, like in real time, what's like how to pass a shit test, that right there is a $1 million course right there. Or if you can teach guys how to read a girl without saying a word, how to read, like doing cold. I don't know are you familiar with the idea of cold reads?
It's hilarious. I'm actually in the process of creating a course
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah, because when I look at this, so I'll just tell you this from experience here. Like when I do liquor promos, one of the things that I have to do is and this was a real education for me, by the way, when I first started. But when I do a promo, I have to go to these agencies, and the agencies, it's almost like a catalog. Like you have to go and you have to find like the girl that looks good for your particular event. If she looks peppy and funny, maybe it's for one particular kind of event. If you're going to something that's classy, like a martini fest or something like that, you want a girl who has a more refined kind of like I won't say richer look to her, but that's just one side. Like the look is one thing you can sort of read. Like artiste Royce's always said this, is that physiognomy is real. And so when you look at a girl, like when I look at these two girls, first of all, the girl that I see on the top, she's a child that's sort of pretending to be an adult.
Yep.
And then when you put her into a situation where she's with another child, which was the
or
girl,
a man,
yeah, she turns into a child herself, and so she sort of picks up on that puppy energy, right? And sometimes, like depending on what you want to do with that girl, like she's probably the girl at the top girl, she's probably really easy to manage for whatever boyfriend is managing her right now,
for sure.
If the guy has his shit together,
for sure.
The girl on the bottom, I don't know. Did you think that the girl, the 19-year-old girl, is she managed? Do you think?
I think she is a little bit more spunky, and I think because she's pretty smart. She has 45,000 followers on Twitch. She's monetized the channel, and she has this pretty intense, like this pretty nice technical setup on her computer. And she's milking these dudes. She was on live stream for 6 hours, and I think she probably made $1,000. She's 19. That's not bad.
That's a lot of money for a 19-year-old.
That is very good.
Yeah.
And so she's the one on top seems, listen, girls who get the prettier a girl attempts to make herself, the more insecure she is. The ones who get boob jobs, the one who whiten their teeth, the one who put highlights in their hair, they had this like internal nagging insecurity to the point that they had to go under the fucking knife to make themselves more beautiful. At a young age too.
Oh, that's when here's what when I look at like people who have a problem with boob job. I don't have no problem with girls who have a boob job. But if you think about it in these terms, when a woman does that, when she gets Botox, when she gets a boob job, when she has whatever like body work done to her, I look at that as that tells me where her hindbrain is, where her subconscious is. It tells me that she is in, like, when girls get a boob job, it's an investment in their future. That's what it is, because it's particularly, and she's right at the prime age for this. If she's 22, she's just about a year and a half away, maybe a year away from her sexual market value peak year.
Yeah.
And she's making the most of it. She's trying to make a good chunk of change. And she's probably got a boyfriend that she probably can't get rid of, but
well, no, she's got a pimp. If you go, she has a website, man. She has a website where she sells her bath water. She sells all her merch, all her photos, all her beta male orbiter stuff. Girls, they're not that smart to organize that stuff. 9 times out of 10, they have somebody behind the scenes doing it for themselves. 9 times out of 10. I'm not saying all of them, but the majority of the cases. Mm-hmm. So what I was trying to look up, so I was trying to find this clip. So what happens is the girl on the bottom, so the girl on the bottom is Colleen, the girl on top is Caitlin, and the guy was like, I just want to use you for one night, and Colleen's like, that always happens to you, Caitlin, and she's like, I know, she's like, I'm always the side piece, it's terrible, and just straight up tells on herself. I can't find it, but coming up next, I'll cue it up here in a second. There's one more contestant I want to review, and I don't think the guys in the chat know yet.
You went on this too, right?
No, it wasn't me, but it's another guy. You can see. Let's see. I'll pull this up real quick. He's at the 2-minute 33 mark. You better cue up that music, Rollo. Let's take a look and see who this guy.
The champ is here.
What time is it?
10:18. How long have we been on?
We started streaming 9:40.
Oh, we've been on for 2 hours already. Dang.
Yeah.
Honestly, everyone I interviewed really impressed me. I really like everyone.
Really?
I like everyone.
Yeah, Colleen, I'm like, kind of strange.
Interesting. Even the little questionable ones.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about Reptar.
That's how you keep the business going.
Hello.
I loved everybody.
Hey,
oh, what is this? Windows.
Oh, wow.
All right.
There we go. How's it going?
What's up? Nothing much. What about you?
Just chilling. Been waiting a while to get on the show. Wanted to say what's up. So I was sizing this girl up. All right. Cat's out the bag, guys. Here we go. I was sizing this girl up on the other side of the screen. I was like, okay, she's dumb. She's a gold digger. I already done. So what I did was on this girl. Actually, you know what? I'll just show you guys exactly what I did. So this is my detective work, right? So I went on her home screen and I was like, okay, I bet you this girl is on Instagram. So I went to Colleen's Instagram, right? This is a little skinny girl. That's her. And I was like, okay, so she's only following 186 people. She's probably following this chick. So I'm going to show you this one too. But I found her, and her name is Sup Caitlin. Let me find it here in a second. So I just scrolled through these, and I was like, let me just fucking do a little psychological deep dive on this chick. So I found her. 1 second. This is what girls do to all you guys, by the way. Girls do this shit as well. Every time some new girl follows me, or I follow a new girl on Instagram, Miss MLT's like, so who's this girl? Like, you want to tell me about her? So actually, fuck it. Let me just go here. I think it's Sup Caitlin is her fucking username. There it is. Can you see that, Rollo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm watching. I see her Instagram.
Okay, perfect. So I scrolled down. I saw this. I was like, okay, so this looks a little bit different. No boobs here.
Oh wait, no, put it back up. All I'm seeing is the Twitch stream right now.
Oh, okay, 1 second. So what I did was I did a little deep dive and I found this, and I found her on Instagram. That's her.
There you go. Okay.
Photo date March 8th, 2019. And then if you scroll up, here we are.
Bam.
What's
managed? Yeah.
Which photo is not like the other? Something has changed. Could you help me out here? So I saw she got boobs. I scrolled up here. I went to this website, shopcyberprincess.com, which is her little website that apparently has set up. And if you go here, you can see, like, it's obviously like a thirst trap stuff for all these chicks. And then you can see her. Oh, where is her? She has bathwater, accessories, and jewelry. So here it is. For $25, you can buy her bathwater. Oh my God! So I
wonder what like the actual sales is of that. Like,
I don't know. But Rollo, you better act now because it's available for a limited time only.
I only take a few baths a year.
You got to make coffee with it and drink it. That's how you get superpowers. So,
like, what was the girl that did that made it famous? The Daphne,
Belle Delphine.
Delphine. Yeah. Like, she's successful because she looks like an anime character. That's why people buy her bathwater. I don't why. Yeah, what's funny is, like, she does that. She does it successfully. She makes some money off of it, and every girl thinks, "Oh, I can do the same thing." 25. Yeah. No, you can't.
And thank you for the $2 super chat. So if I get 100 more of these, I'll make 20% of what that girl made. If you guys want to send a donation, click the link in the stream right there. Modern Life Dating, streamlabs.com/Modern Life Dating. All proceeds go to making the channel better. So here's what I did, Rollo. I knew she was a gold digger. So I was I'm always wearing my robe throughout the day. So I threw on the Versace hat. I threw on the Lacoste polo. I made sure my gold chains were showing, and I made sure that I threw on the Rolex, right? This was all part of my plan. Guys in the chat, you're going to see a huge shift in dynamic change. These girls have no idea how to handle me because I don't come in there supplicating right off the bat.
Yeah, they qualify to you.
Take a look here, folks. Let's take a look, and let's get Rollo's breakdown. Own it. So let's go back up to oops, where's that video? Here it is. 1 second. Here it is.
What's up?
Okay, can you hear that?
Is that a Versace hat?
First thing, is that a Versace hat?
Nice. All right, what is your name, age, and where you're from?
My name's Jonathan. I'm 34, and I'm living in Tokyo.
Wow.
Wow. All right, what do you do for a living? Why are you in Tokyo?
I'm here for business. I run a digital marketing agency.
Wow. I like.
Yeah, and I also run a dating channel for men on YouTube.
Rollo, you see how she immediately started touching herself?
Yeah. The visual signs are there. Now, what's funny, I'm looking at guys in the chat. They're like, "Oh man, what's the difference between body language mastery and learning to read?" That right there is learning to read.
Yes. And I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller so you guys can actually read the chat, and you can see like the 80-20 rule in the chat is it's absolutely hilarious. Can I collapse this? Yeah, I can. Okay. Take a look at this. Here we go. Let's keep watching.
What is it?
Modern Life Dating.
I will look that up after.
Modern Life Dating, nice.
Look it up.
Is it big?
It's big enough. Pays me, keeps the lights on.
Nice. Okay,
Where are you girls? Where are you girls located?
I'm Houston.
I'm in Vegas.
Oh, I was supposed to be in Vegas, like, right.
So I strategically begin to intentionally ignore the ugly girl or the one that's less cute. Because
this is like a real time, like it's an opening, right? You have to sort of like, you've got to put one to the side to get to the target.
Yes. And you can see the people are writing here, Neo, the one Matrix fan. And it says, somebody here says, show us that Rolex. Somebody knows it's a Rolex right now until this fucking Corona shit happened. Who's in Vegas? Which one?
Me.
Oh, cool. Cool. What do you do?
I work at a law firm.
Oh, really? Are you like a paralegal or what?
About to be.
Okay. And then what do you do down there in Houston?
I'm a student.
Yeah, what are you studying?
Nursing.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You'll be busy with all this Corona shit.
Yeah, maybe.
You girls nervous? You shut up real quick when I came on the show. You
No,
girls.
Go ahead, I was gonna say, notice how the dynamic shifts. Now they're not asking the questions; you're asking the questions.
Right.
You've basically assumed you control. You're the host of the show now.
Bro, what's funny is the chat starts saying that. Watch the chat on the left, on the right side of the screen. They literally start saying this is his show now. Like the human interaction is it. Like all I did, Rollo. Look, I've been on the show literally for fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But this is like what you said earlier, because I was, I didn't want to tell everybody I was on the show. I just wanted to surprise everybody. And so what happens was, at the beginning of this show, you said that these girls have an adolescent skill set, and it's 100% true. And they confirm what you say right here. Look what she says exactly. They don't know how to handle it. And I call them out right here. I'll rewind it a little bit.
I'm Houston.
I'm in Vegas.
Oh, I was supposed to be in Vegas like right now until this fucking Corona shit happened. Who's in Vegas? Which one?
Me.
Oh, cool. Cool. What do you do?
I work at a law firm.
Oh, really? Are you like a paralegal or what?
About to be.
Okay. And then what do you do down there in Houston?
I'm a student.
Yeah, what are you studying?
Nursing.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You'll be busy with all this Corona shit.
Hair flip. Pull the
Yeah, maybe.
You girls nervous? You shut up real quick when I came on the show. You
No,
girls
I always feel weird talking to older men.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not that old. When you're 34, you're going to be like, damn, I'm not old.
No, I know you're not old, but whenever I like talk to old men in real life, I don't. Like I don't talk to old men in real life.
What do you consider old man?
I need to adjust.
What do you consider old? Like an old man? And you can see the chat. The chat's kind of reacting positively. He's rich as fuck. Chad.
Well, that's funny. Okay, so stop it right there. Let's so
okay.
You the chat. Yeah, these girls are watching the chat at the same time that they're talking to you.
Yes.
So when you roll on there, this is really great because it kind of it experimentally proves what Mystery Method has always been about, which is social proof and pre-selection. The pre-selection social proof is right there in the chat. That's sort of like this mental process that's going on right there. These guys are pre-qualifying you for these girls right now. So suddenly now a real man has shown up and you're already older than these guys. And I also want to say this, one of the reasons why they sort of remember what we said about how women will sort of identify or bond with the guy who is the strongest, the most masculine, most dominant man that is in their lives or in that particular situation. Now suddenly that man has arrived. Yes. And now look what happened. Look at the behavior that happened right here. Now, what's going to happen is women are going to see this and you will get women who are 29, 30 years old are going to go, well, they're children. Why do you play?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God. But look at the dynamic there. And I'll tell you this is a girl who is 29, 30, even in her mid 30s will do exactly the same thing. If the guy that comes in is clearly identifiably these girls, hindbrains identify and automatically submit, but they make themselves subordinate to you.
They did. It was a submission. Rollo, I was on at this point right now. I am on the show 45 fucking seconds.
You own the show.
45 seconds. You guys in the chat, you want to keep on watching this? Let me know real quick. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to keep reviewing this. I think we got some fire.
Let's keep going. I was also going to say this is, and I've written 2 different essays about this. The first one is The Mature Man. Mm-hmm. And I believe I put this in either the first or the second book. And in The Mature Man, I break down the idea. This girl, the target, the good looking one, already confirms this for you. Well, when I talk to older men, I clam up or I don't know what to say or whatever, that kind of stuff. So she's already sort of she knows what's going to happen, and so she's trying to pre-qualify what's going to happen later in the show, which you'll see. But when I was writing the essay on The Mature Man, what happens is the reason why women tend to be more attracted to a guy who is older is because those guys have more of what those women want, what those girls want. Like they already, like the two guys that came on there were just, they're rank amateurs compared to you. So when guys say, well, you know, women don't want older men, no, they do. In fact, statistically, women prefer men to be 5 to 7 years older than they are.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes they'll say, well, it's 3 years older or 5 years older, or whatever. The fact remains this is women like guys who are older because those guys have more of what they want. They on some level of consciousness, women understand that it takes longer for a man to mature. I was just saying that a minute ago. Women mature into what they're going to be, like into their peak, you know, their apex years, much faster than guys do. And on some root species level, you know, evolved mental firmware, they understand that a guy has to be older so that he can master women, that he's already got, like, I did they ask you about your body count? Did they ask you any of the questions that they're asking the other guys?
Bro, no, but you'll.
Oh, really?
They come. You'll see. We'll jump into it. But
and then that just finally real quickly here is, I'm sure you're already familiar with the you're passing all the shit tests just by showing up. But one of the things is I always stress is amuse mastery. Yes. That it's easier to have to be amused or have the mastery to be amused if you have the mastery, right? Yes. If you already or even if you have the perception that you should have that mastery. And that's what most young women will do. If you're an older guy, they presume there's something in their heads that presumes that you have more of a mastery over women, over your environment, over your monetary situation, over your family, over more things. They expect that when they see a guy who's older, there is on some degree. And here's the thing is, women will presume that, but if you fuck that up, then that works against you almost worse than if you're one of these kids. So you have to keep that in mind. But amuse mastery is the number one technique that I tell guys who are a little bit older, you know, to use with younger women, because they expect that and they want that. And you did exactly this right here.
Absolutely. And before we go to this, I want to play a quick commercial break. 1 second. Take a look at what we got here coming out on May 5th, boys.
The coronavirus is spreading so quickly around the globe, it may only be a matter of time before it begins rolling across the U.S. with the potential to become a pandemic.
You have influx of individuals who are infected from multiple countries.
The coronavirus is far deadlier than the seasonal flu.
Roughly 3 out of 4 Americans now under orders to stay home. A growing number of states now issued stay-at-home orders in an attempt to control the spread of the virus.
2/3 of states, 2/3, now have issued orders for businesses, non-essential businesses, to remain closed. The message: stay home and save lives.
Whose stay-at-home order goes to June.
There you go, gents. Just so you know, on May 5th, we're launching the Pandemic Pickup course. Just go to pandemicpickup.com, get on the waiting list, and me and Myron Gaines are going to show you how to craft a head-to-toe, complete hands-on mentorship program where we're going to get in there. We're going to show you how to text girls. We're going to show you how to market yourself purposely, like how I marketed myself in this video. I put on the Versace hat. I put on the logo. I had the gold chains. I put the Rolex on because I knew the type of woman she was. We're going to teach you how to psychologically profile these girls based off of their profiles. We're going to give you the entire hands-on training. You're going to come in a webinar training like this where you sit down on a Zoom call. Me, Myron Gaines, it's literally 24 hours of training. It's going to be, I think it's it's a 9, 12 hour, or 9, or, bro, help me with math. Fucking hell. 12 2-hour sessions. Jesus Christ. 12 2-hour sessions. And it's coming on May 5th. It's only going to be available for 5 days. I'm only doing this one time this year due to the coronavirus. Let's go and see how I ended up doing on this dating show. And Rollo, by all means, tell me to stop whenever you're ready.
All right.
And for you guys, if you guys watch it on big screens at home, keep an eye on the chat because the chat is fucking hilarious. Older.
About 10 years above me, so 32 plus.
Okay. Have you ever dated an older guy or been with an older guy?
No.
Really?
For the guy that's managing me in the back.
So what's your favorite feature about Caitlyn?
So she said, "What's your favorite feature about Caitlyn?" First shit test incoming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how I reply. You tell me how I reply, Rollo. I want you to be. Help me.
Her boob.
She has a nice smile and nice cleavage.
Okay, thanks.
The one down here is livid because she's like, "This is her show, and I'm stealing the show." And she's stealing the show, and she's become the third wheel, and she fucking hates it. I'm just being honest.
What age do you normally date?
Nothing after 28.
So you only date 28 or younger?
Yeah.
Or am I...
28 or younger, yeah.
So once I turn 29, you're like, ew, throw her away?
Yeah. I mean, unless I fall in love with you and you can like show to be like a good wife and we can have children and stuff, dogs. So I think this is funny. This guy, Kevy, he says, pays the bills. You get like 1 to 2K views per vid. This guy, I've checked him out. I did a deep dive on him. He is a beta male photographer. He takes only pictures of women and the hashtag, he's like, oh, empowered woman, blah, blah, blah. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen here. And it's probably already happening in the chat. You're going to see white knights come out of the woodwork here because what happens is, and guys, if this is you, right? If you want to learn game, if you want to like be on, well, not even learn game, just be on top of your game and be able to command a social situation like this. Not only do you have to keep, let's say entertained, but not only do you have to engage with the girls, you've also got to remember that there's going to be ankle biters like this. Now, these guys are just in the chat. Like I was saying, the social proof and the pre-selection is all going to take place in the chat, and you will also see the A-mogging take place in the chat.
Yeah. Big house.
Interesting. Why do you like them younger?
What guy doesn't like young girls?
A lot.
Really? Which guys are those?
The normal ones.
There's a lot of people.
She tries to shame me. She says normal ones. I just completely ignore it.
There that are dating around their age.
Really? I don't know, man. After a girl like 29 and up, it's like, no thanks.
But what about it? Like, why is it undesirable?
It's like nobody wants an iPhone 5. You know what I mean? Everybody wants.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was a good transition. I like that.
And you can see the guy. You can see the people laugh my ass out. He is honest. Yikes! Haha! They start calling me a pedo. That's hilarious.
I know. It makes
pedo
them
bear.
That's why, because they know that because here's what's going to happen is any guy that comes after you has to follow up.
Yes.
Has to follow up that. So.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go. Like the new model.
But you're also aging as well, yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
So aren't you also the iPhone 5 at that point?
No. I'm like a Rolex. You know, I keep value over the years. It's different for guys.
Why? Why is it different, huh?
Biology, you know, like it's just nature. As a girl gets older, like, you know, it's harder for her to get pregnant, have kids, create a healthy baby.
Look at the girl down there.
Yeah, but you can freeze your eggs if you have to.
She's losing her mind.
Nobody wants no frozen eggs. I want fresh eggs. No, and it costs a lot of money too. Shout out to all my boys in the chat too. All the boys that we were talking earlier, especially to Muhammad. we were watching the show. There's like 20 guys in there that love you.
Okay. Since you're in Tokyo.
And then the shaming says right here.
That's a good reward, by the way. Oh, there's a lot of guys that love you like that. Like that feeds. If you can confirm that, like a third-party confirmation like that, it feeds a woman's ego.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's so many guys that love you right now. Oh.
And then of course I got some.
I'm the guy that's actually here, like busting your chops.
So this guy right here says this dude got banned off the Raj show for being racist, right? Immediately trying to slander me.
Amog you. Yep.
Like, yeah, I'm the king of racists living in Tokyo, dating a Japanese woman. You got me. Busted.
Hey, I know this guy.
And you can see little hints of red pill in here. This guy, Toothpick Nick, says after 29, the girl has hit the wall. That's in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And another guy, Pandemonium 32, says he's speaking facts.
Mm-hmm.
You see? And it's about an 80-20% ratio.
That's your pre-selection. That's your social proof. Now, remember back in the day. Okay, so if anybody still remembers like old school mystery method, that was a big part of old school game, which is try to find ways to generate third-party pre-selection, third-party social proof. Now, like back in the day, there was no like you're engaging with a girl real time in a club or wherever it is that you're at. Like there's no chat window to help you do that, but you have to be able. Like right now, you don't need to look at the chat. You know what's going on at that point, and that puts you in a position of mastery. So you can now be amused with like what you're doing is you're like you're playing with it. You're like this big bear and you're like batting around the little bunnies right now.
And I didn't come into the show with the objective to like take over. I didn't expect them to submit like this. So let's just keep watching. So they're asking me, why do I
you're the most dominant man that they've seen the whole night. Why wouldn't they? Right.
Absolutely.
And that's what they've been waiting for the whole night. And of course the girl down the bottom knows she's selected out.
Yes.
And the girl on the top, now suddenly this sister camaraderie turns into intrasexual competition.
Absolutely. Let's keep going. So they're telling me like, she's like, you can just freeze your eggs. I was like, nobody wants fucking frozen eggs.
Okay, I have to ask, do you only date Asians or prefer Asians?
Nah. I've been with Latina girls. I've been with white girls. I've been with, been with one black girl. I like Asian girls obviously I'm in Tokyo, so I have to like Asian girls. But like Japanese girls are cool. Chinese girls, Taiwanese, Vietnamese. I don't like Koreans so much. But
why? What's wrong with Koreans?
They're just like really hard to deal with. And look at this right here. Bobby B the G, a lot of misogyny vibes here, right? This right here, this is the biggest finesse. This guy sees it. He has a Frolex, right? They're trying to shame this guy, bro. This guy is gonna die single. Oh, if they only saw our text messages, Rollo.
Oh my God. Well, I'd say, you're gonna get those flexes, but notice that every guy who's trying to amog you uses the same thing. Like, oh, this guy, I'm getting misogyny vibes. Like that. Oh, that's the wrong way to do it. Like, why would you even type something out like that? Well, it's because it's probably from a kid who's like the banana eating kid who's like 19 years old. And that's his only frame of reference. That's his only way of dealing with women is, oh, well, if you sound like this, then you're a misogynist. He's well trained. You want to get, everybody keeps saying, well, what's blue pill? What's blue pill conditioning? That right there, reflexively going, I'm getting misogynist vibes. That's blue pill conditioning right there.
Absolutely. Let's continue.
Have you been to Korea?
No, but I feel like
that was a shit test by me.
My God. Oh yeah. That is well. Okay. So again, game 101. Take a girl on a trip. Have you ever been to Panama? Have you ever been to Korea? Have you ever been to whatever? Now, the girl's 22. The girl's 19. In all likelihood, unless she's like a military brat, she probably hasn't been there. But you have again. Amused mastery. Well, I've been there. Let me tell you about the place.
Yep.
That right there is one aspect of a guy having more of what a woman wants, being an older guy, is that he's well traveled. And even if you're not, give the impression that you are, because that's what they expect from. That's the congruent. When I talk about congruency, you're very congruent right here. Just asking that very simple question. Hey, have you ever been to such and such? Well, let me tell you about the flowers that grow in the spring at the base of this meadow. And, when I was there backpacking across Europe, that kind of shit. Eat it up. It's next to chick crack. It is probably the next easiest point.
And like I said, I have a little bit of hope for the guys. Like this guy, Last X here says Alpha WWW. He's not a cuck, right? Then there is this guy, Zozo Void says this chat so dumb because he probably sees the majority of these people getting mad. There's a girl, her name's like where is it? It's Kayla. Can someone skip, please? AK, can someone please pay money and get him off? Because I don't want to do it. Because typical woman 101. Right?
You paid the 35. Yeah,
I didn't pay nothing, Rollo. How dare you? I'm about to pay $20 to throw you off. No way, man. No way.
Said, hey, let's bring this guy on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And then thank you to Byron for the $20 donation through the StreamYard donation tab. If you guys want to donate, click on that link right there, streamlabs.com/Modern Life Dating Channel, and you can donate to support the content here as we red pill these young men one Twitch stream at a time. Here we go.
Your ethnicity doesn't define if you're hard to deal with or not.
All right, well.
If you went to Korea, like it's just it's a little different.
We got $20 donation. Oh no.
So I got they got a $20 donation and they
you immediately.
Oh yeah, she fucking was not having it. So let's continue here.
You gotta eat it.
No.
Before you go, can I see you without the hat and glasses?
So here she goes. She tries to say, before you go, can I see you without the hat and glasses? It is a dancing monkey request. And of course, you guys know how I respond.
No, maybe next time.
All right, well, thanks.
I want to see. I really need to see.
What?
I'm sad. You should come on my show. I should interview you as well.
What was your show name again?
Modern Life Dating on YouTube.
Sorry, if you have clout, I'll go on.
Sure. Come on.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Bye.
See you.
You know, you should have pulled like that was good. That was a good way to.
She starts to shit talk me here after. You want to listen to that?
Well, let me tell you just really quick, just because while this is in my head, whenever a woman asks you to take off your hat or to take your sunglasses off, you need to pull the Corey Worthington. No, I'm not going to do that. Why? Well, because they're famous. You know, that kind of stuff. That's what you need to do. Whenever a woman wants you to take off your shirt, take off your glasses, take off your hat, like wipe this off your face, whatever, whenever she does that, the answer is always no.
Absolutely. Let's continue here with this. I want you to listen to what they say after.
Do you only date Asians or prefer Asians?
Nah. I've been with Latino girls. I've been with white girls. I've been with one black girl. I like Asian girls. Obviously I'm in Tokyo, so I have to like Asian girls. But like Japanese girls.
Noel for $30. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Noel. Dating on Twitch.
As a girl gets older, like nah, maybe next time.
All right, well, thanks.
Oh god damn it! Sorry, hold on.
That was it.
R.I.P.
Girls are cool. Chinese girls, Taiwanese, Vietnamese.
There you go. Okay, I get kicked right here. So listen, I'll just let it play.
If you went to Korea, like it's just it's a little different.
We got $20 donation. Oh no.
You gotta eat it.
No.
Before you go, can I see you without the hat and glasses?
No, maybe next time.
All right, well, thanks.
I want to see. I really need to see.
What?
I'm sad. You should come on my show. I should interview you as well.
What was your show name again?
I love
Modern Life Dating on YouTube.
What's that?
Sorry, if you have
I love those pregnant pauses.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, I know. And the whole reason for me to go on here was A, to plug my show, and B, see if I could get some content for YouTube. So obviously, solid W there. Come on.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Listen to this.
See you.
Oh, look how many selfies
You're trying to tell me my people who come on are weird? Listen, at least the older people that are on are nice, all right? You're just sort of creepy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, thank you very much, Simba.
He's bald. Bald.
He's bald?
Yeah.
Wait, link me. Let me go look it up.
Just search Modern Life Dating on Twitch. If you're bald, you have no right to talk about women 28 and plus like that.
Wait, I'm looking at he's a dating coach though.
Yeah, but it's one thing to say that and be good looking, but you're bald.
Wait, look.
And then right here.
Can you see his Instagram? He posts his memes on Instagram.
So then this guy says, WH Chang 13 says, this guy's a player for sure. Josh the Jedi, Chad Kick. Some guys, look at this. Ultraviolet X. I bet you this is a chick. Let me fucking look at this shit. Some guys love older women, so he is full of shit. Yeah, it's a woman.
Of course.
Hilarious. The denial is so strong. The fact that they viciously fight back on it is just a fucking, it's this red flag in itself. But listen, listen to this.
Ugh. Anyways, all right. Wait. What's his? Let me see his YouTube channel. Hold on. How many subs does he have?
Not that many.
I don't know. Can you guys
No
see?
comment. Yikes.
Interview with a man. That's his stream titles. Interview with a man. Very interesting. All right. Anyways, chuck me in. Okay, yeah, monkey. Let me add you.
And so that's it. That's pretty much it.
So let me save face and try to get back on top after what was that 20 minutes of them pretty much just knuckling under to you coming up there. Suddenly it's like they say, oh, he doesn't have any hair. So therefore everything that he said, all that stuff where we were just kind of kissing his ass a few minutes ago, that's out the window. Don't worry about it. Well, moving on.
Oh my God. And then it's hilarious. Some people are like saying, oh, good job, whoever donated. And then one girl in the chat wrote, he called me an iPhone 5. I mean, the chat is hilarious. And then actually, I'll go back to sharing this real quick. Cause like I said, the chat is a little delayed, but you can see here like I said, the guy, I have a little hope, man. I do have a little bit of hope for these young guys because it says obviously Salty says these type of guys are the worst. This guy, Anel, I want to talk about him too. This is a Twitch mod. And just so you know, Rollo, I know you don't know too much about the dynamics of Twitch, but the admins behind Twitch are the biggest fucking simps.
Yeah,
and
I remember when you were on that other show and you were saying that they were there's a lot of SJWs on Twitch.
Absolutely, and they're working in the organization as well. So there's a guy here, Bubble Brown said red pill shit, right? And I'm just going to show you a couple of comments in the chat.
Red pill shit that just worked live in real time.
Yes. They're called Damn the Hate by Danny Plankton, right? There's one that is really funny, and it comes up here. I sent it to you in the private chat. What somebody ended up writing was, what this guy's smart. This guy Bubble Brown says you just gave him the exposure he was hoping for. He sees it. And then another guy wrote something that I thought was absolutely.
Well, how many people are watching this stream?
At this point, 1,400.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So then, okay. So this guy Anel says Versace hat told me he was bald. Right. I'm gonna pull up this guy's Instagram in a second to show you what the anatomy of a hater is. And
physiognomy is real. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then they're saying the Versace fake. Again, some people told me this man needs a media crew. One guy wrote a fucking hilarious comment. I'm waiting for it to show up, but he was like, again, but that last dude was definitely bald, right? They're trying to make fun of me for shaving my head. I'm not even bald. I just shaved my fucking head. And not that there's wrong with anything being bald either. Like if you have to,
here's how I know. Here's how I know most of the guys on here are very young, is because that's the only flex that most young guys can get on older guys. Yeah. They understand that they're like you have a car, you've got a Rolex, you've got pretty much everything. And everything these girls have been asking thus far is how big is your cock? How tall are you? How much money do you have? Where would you take me on a date? How much would you spend on me? Yada, yada, yada. I mean, basically making them, average gold diggers, right?
Yes.
But what's funny is the young men, they can't measure up to anything like that. So they've got to find one thing that they can get on a guy and they go, oh, he's bald. There must be something wrong with him.
Yeah. And then I can't find it right now, but one guy said we should start a cult around this guy and follow him. I felt honored. I felt super honored. So then this guy, Anel, right? This guy's a real fucking weirdo. He's a real super creep. He's like, hey, check the DMs or whatever. Let me just show you. This is a literal guy who is hating on me on the stream, and I will let you be the judge role. I won't even say anything. You can just tell me what you think about this gentleman. Let's just be objective. Okay? So this is the guy making fun of me in the who's the Twitch staff, right?
Oh, really? Oh.
And here he is. He came out to Tokyo, right? That's him on the left-hand side there, in the yellow shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy is trying to clown on me. Now, the thing about him is, if you take a look at this, he has a lot of power at Twitch, and girls like Alinity, just so you know, Alinity is like one of the biggest Twitch streamers on the platform, right? She's the girl that everybody hates. She's the one that's like, yeah, I cucked my Canadian husband to get a passport, then I divorced him because I wanted to come to Canada from escaping from Colombia, right? She's like, obviously, yeah, posting, like she's on her Michaela Peterson grind. Let's just put it that way.
How old is she?
She's, I don't know.
She looks like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, she's getting up there. I mean, you could tell by the little arm sag right here and the long cleavage line.
Long face. She's getting the horse face.
She is. You know, the body's not as tight.
Whatever, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, compared to the girls that we just saw, she's not fresh.
Not at all. Not at all. But she's commenting on his pictures and stuff. This guy is being rewarded for being a beta male. I mean, Rollo, look at this guy. Do you really think that guy fucks?
Well, so this is another good learning moment here, is when you've got a guy like that, when you have a guy who's a beta male and you afford him a certain amount of money or afford him a certain amount of authority.
Yeah.
What happens is that beta male mindset, that blue pill conditioned mindset, gets reinforced. It's rewarded. Oh, you're rewarding me because I'm the way I am. Then what happens is that it strengthens, it reinforces. And so that's when you get guys like this who flex on you in a chat somewhere. And because if you look at a guy like Jeff Bezos, look at a guy like Elon Musk, right? Guys who have innate beta male mindsets and innate blue pill conditioning. And I mean that in terms of, obviously they make a lot of money. They know what they're doing, but that does not make them alphas. That does not make them red pill. So what happens is it insulates that guy that much more. It's very difficult to unplug a guy who makes a lot of money, who believes that the reason why he is successful, he has afforded authority, and believes that he has the where he is in life is because of his belief set. You're never going to unplug that guy. That's why you'll never get Elon Musk will never read The Rational Male. Jeff Bezos will take it on the chin in a divorce settlement to the tune of $31 billion and not even think twice about it, and will never learn from that situation. Because why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Who cares? And so those are easy illustrations, like for a guy who's like super rich. But here you have a guy who's like sort of a mid-range guy who has a little bit of authority. Like you could say the same thing about Jack Dorsey at Twitter. You could say the same thing about basically anybody who has a bit of success, and they see that their mindset is, or they believe that their mindset is what's responsible for their success. And when people are reinforcing and rewarding them for that, it only becomes that much worse. And so the guys like this will AMOG you. I'm in the right. I know, because girls tell me all the time that I am. And you can see the writing on the wall, because you can go in there and can control a situation just by walking in there and being in that and understanding it, because you read it, you understand the dynamics. And once you get to this point, I think one of the things that I want guys to sort of take away from all of this, because this needs to be this isn't just, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to laugh, but this should also be a learning, instructional video for people, like for guys that are watching this. Because this is just low-level basic game, and you come in and you dominate the situation, and you're not even trying to. It's not like you go in there and go, okay, now I'm going to say this, or I'm going to drop Muse Mastery, or I'm going to say, hey, have you ever been to this foreign country kind of stuff? Like you take a girl on a mental trip kind of thing. Those are basic things, and most guys are just like, they have no clue what they're doing. Obviously, the guys that came before you didn't, but like the guys who hate on game don't understand game, and they don't understand how easy it becomes once it becomes internalized. It just becomes part of who you are. Again, guys that say, well, Rollo, you have to game your wife all the time. I couldn't do that all the time. I can't spin that many plates because, you know, I would be afraid one would find out about the other, and they'll just make up all these different excuses. And once you get to a certain level, well, it's internalized and it becomes like second nature to you, just part of your personality. You don't have to go in there and go, okay, I'm gonna game these girls. No, you don't have to. You just go in there, and that's just part of your gig. That's who you are.
That's the part where, like, in life, once you have yourself sorted out, you're red pilled, you got your money, your fitness, everything kind of, you know, dialed in. But game is the ultimate. Let's be honest here. That's when being yourself comes into play. The only thing I did that was premeditated, I knew she was a gold digger. So I threw on the hat, I threw on the brand name, I made sure my gold was showing a little bit. I had the Rolex on intentionally as bait. And she took it hook, line, and sinker.
Those are props. Under old school mystery method, those are props. Like, obviously, so for girls like that, you need to understand the idea of conspicuous consumption. And what that is like you go to the bar and you put your keys on the table and you've got like a Lamborghini, you know, key fob or something like that, or you have Versace on, or you have a Rolex on. Like I could tell a Rolex if I saw it, but like most guys couldn't. Like Versace, like that hat could be from, you know, some cheap Chinese knockoff. It doesn't matter. Because all it is just it's sending a like I think people, like, guys need to understand the difference between peacocking and having a prop, and those are props. The Versace hat's a prop. The Rolex is a prop. The sunglasses are a prop. It gives them something to talk about. Notice that was the first thing she asked you when you were going off. Take off the hat and take off that sunglasses.
Yeah,
right. Because they know that's what they're drawn to. Those are the things that they're drawn to.
I would wear that fucking shit to the grave before I take that shit off. Hell no.
Because they're famous.
Listen, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Rollo Tomassi, thank you for coming on the show. We will see you guys tomorrow on this show live, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to have a free consultation Friday, so you can call in and ask me all your dating, game, relationship questions. Rule Zero will also be on my channel this weekend, so tune in for that. And right after Rule Zero is Dude Party. We're having a hot dude marathon. Come on down, subscribe, comment, like, and we will see you next time. Peace out.